All right, Christopher, we're live.
Okay, let's do this.
How are you? Wow,
Fine.
finally, I'm seeing you in person. I always thought like a Christopher Gomez is like a fictional figure who has a very sexy voice.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It was very, very nice of you to say that. Very nice.
Well, how are you? So,
I'm
yeah,
doing
it
good.
is. It is a New York time. My name is Ching Juhl, and I'm in New York City. It's 10 p.m. This is the first time I host a show. I'm at 10 p.m., but it's in your time, 10 a.m. in the morning, right?
Yes, it's
So
10
tell
a.m.
us,
in
tell us
Singapore.
where you are.
So I'm in Singapore right now. I'm in Singapore City, Singapore, because Singapore is a very tiny island. It's so everyone goes like Singapore. Where in Singapore? In Singapore.
I was wondering, like,
You're very
when I have to look for your time, right? I was like going to, on my phone, you can type in the city, and then you can tell their time. So I was like, oh, Christopher in Singapore. I don't know which city he is.
yes. that is yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
I think one of the interesting things about Singapore is that okay, so Singapore is all these very interesting things about how um, people think about Singapore. It's a modern city, it's an Asian city, it's etc. 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 But then we have all these very interesting jokes that we have. Like people make fun of the fact that we're a small country, the fact that we have all these very interesting food, right? Singapore people talk about food so much, right? It's so much. In fact, the fact that for me to even tell you this right now is so boring because we talk about it so much. Singaporeans are like, really? Okay, let's go get this, or let's go get that. Durian. Let's go get durian. What's
Yeah,
that? Along
yeah,
pao. Along pao. Okay, let's go get that. You know, I'm just like,
yeah,
seriously, let's go. I mean, just about any food you
yeah,
miss if you're living in Singapore,
yeah,
any food you miss,
yeah.
you can probably find it here. You know, so
Well,
that's the kind of place we live in, which is
uh,
wonderful, which is really wonderful. One
that's
thing I have to
great.
say about Singapore, I think a lot of
Yeah,
people may not necessarily catch, is that
yeah,
Singaporeans are generally very nice and polite people.
yeah,
They're generally very nice. They're generally very nice, and they do their best to be as polite as they can. You know, depending on the culture, right? Different
yeah,
cultures have a different way of expressing an
yeah,
idea, expressing an
yeah,
idea. But most of them, right, will do
yeah,
their best to be as nice and polite.
yeah.
So that's one beautiful thing I like about living in this, this really wonderful place.
I have never been in Singapore before, but from just a limited source of information from people or sort of a pop culture, I understand Singapore is very orderly country. Like it's very people are doing things according to the law, or and you do not do crazy things. Can you spit on the
Yeah.
floor on the public place? like
No, you're
like Chinese
absolutely.
people do.
Yes. No, you can't. You can't. You can't. Don't get me wrong. There were instances where, yeah, people, from another country did that,
Mm,
and they got fined.
mm,
It's a pretty serious thing. The
yeah,
government takes a very strong view that this is something that they have held strongly for a long, long time. That is, we've got to maintain cleanliness. We have to do all we can to maintain a kind of external, at least on the outside, right?
mm,
The streets and public spaces, we've got to
mm,
work really hard to keep things
yeah,
clean, right?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
important, and it has actually paid off. For
yeah,
the last 40 years, you can see it's progressively getting better and better and better. So,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, so
yeah.
people are benefiting from this. So I think when people see these results, they go
Mm,
like, I want to be a part of this. I
mm,
want to do my part to
mm.
support it.
Wow.
So it's a system. It's a system
Yeah,
within a community that works. That really works.
that's wonderful. I bet
Yeah.
your health, a social, what do you call social benefit is very good, like a healthcare, education, right?
It is
Yeah,
generally good. Generally good. We're
yeah.
talking about one of the best education systems in the world, one of the best healthcare systems in the world.
Do you have to
Argu-
pay? You have
I'll
to
give
pay
you-
for your college or education. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You're getting your internet is getting funny. Is that me or you? I hear a sound. And then I cannot hear you now. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Hi, Shark Fang. Shark Fang is here. Lewis is here. And I you are in the you are Christopher, I cannot hear you right now. Uh-oh. Yeah, I cannot hear you. All right, so let's see. Your internet.
Okay, now I
having
get it.
problem.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Oh.
Perfect.
Yeah. What happened? What'd you do?
I don't know.
There's a spy.
What would happen?
There's a spy there.
What happened if I reloaded my browser? Everything gets cut off.
No, just earlier, like 1 minute before, I can't hear you.
Okay.
I can see you, but you're like like a robot.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
we were
So,
talking
yeah,
about education. So
okay, yeah.
is your education free?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's not. It's very affordable though. Like very
Okay.
very affordable. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like super duper affordable. And school it is. It's school, but university it's very very cheap here.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. So talk about university, talk about what you do. And looking at your biography, it's really amazing. Christopher's biography is in the description below. And you have done so many different things. Tell us a little bit, like you're investor, you're industrial mentor, you're film buff, and you also organizing this thing, special interest group in computer graphics and interactive
Oh
technology.
no, that's an international organization. I
Yeah.
was just very fortunate to be part of a
Part of it. Okay.
team when we worked on this idea of bringing this conference to Singapore.
Okay.
When we were bringing this conference to Singapore, I moved to Singapore. Like I finally moved to Singapore because I was in Hong Kong before that, and
I see.
Yeah.
But you were born in Singapore.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I'm part of this. I'm part of this community, but
then you were in Hong Kong for a while. Okay.
I lived in maybe two or three different places before.
Okay. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about what like how did you become an investor? Because you have done so many different things.
Right.
Is it investor first, the finance first, or you did some artsy things first and engineering, and you wear so many hats?
Yeah. I just happen to be generally, I suppose I'm good in two or three different things, but I mostly wear the investor hat these days. I don't really focus too much on a lot of other things. I started the journey in engineering actually. I wanted to basically build things. I like building things. So I want to be an engineer. But financials, the family financial situation didn't allow me to do that. So what I thought I'd do was to go get a job, right? I mean, that would be the best thing to do. So started working, made a little bit of money, very, very lucky, very, very lucky. The job that I did allowed me to make a little bit more money than I expected. And I was very young, so that little bit of money felt like a lot of money. What I did was I was also single, I didn't have a family, so I was able to commit to just staying focused on saving. So I saved a lot of money. And I put that money that I saved into a business idea. And the business idea was complementing what I was doing at the time. I was working in a particular job, and I had a business idea that was complementing it side by side. So it was relating. So I didn't really feel like I was doing something very dramatically different. So my brain was able to cope with the amount of pressure that I had working and trying to build a business. But the business succeeded, and somebody wanted to buy it. I was able to sell it, and then with that money, I was able to basically go and do anything else that I wanted to do.
Retire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was able to do what I wanted to do, and after that, I've been just doing what I wanted to do. I mean, of course, there are a bunch of setbacks that we've experienced. Everyone has that. I would think that that's the phrase everyone says. Oh, everyone's got setbacks, you know, and it's true. You know, there were setbacks, there were delays, there were things that happened in a way that you didn't expect,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always been okay. It's always been generally okay.
So, how about for people who want to be successful, or who want to be, business owner and don't know how to do that? Like, how do you guide someone? Like people who are 20 years old or something. Like, what is your mentor, right? So, what do you do? Do you have like a one phrase thing for people, or do you have a system to mentor people?
I do have a system, but the system that I use are for people when I'm mentoring people with utilizing the system that I use. It's for people who are actually kind of on the path of really knowing that that's what they're going to be doing. Entrepreneurship, running a business is not something you say, I have a dream and I want to be a businessman. It's not, I have a dream, I want to be an entrepreneur. I have a dream, I want to be a businesswoman. I mean, no, it just isn't. It's like saying like, I think I want to be a brain surgeon. So I'm just going to dream my way into getting into becoming a brain surgeon. It doesn't work that way. You've got to have certain leanings, certain tendencies. It may be personality driven, but it has to come from a core of your own personal leanings. So running a business may be a system, but wanting to be a business person, that requires a whole bunch of disciplines. And those disciplines are things that you have to pick up along the way, which is why I always tell people, please go work for someone, get some actual experience in the world out there. Understand that the deadlines out there in the world, the demands that are out there in the world are very different from the demands and deadlines that you experience when you're in college. Because I think a lot of people like to think that when they go to college, they're getting a real world experience. Not really, So my system will be very suited for people who are kind of on the way. They've already figured out that this is something that they really want to do, If you're starting off as a business person, I always tell them, no, please don't do that. That is the last thing you should be thinking about doing. I said, really? I said, why? I really want to be a business. And I start asking them, why? Why do you want to be a business person? Why do you want to run your own business? And some people say things, well, I grew up poor, I didn't have money. And okay, all those are motivations, but they're motivations for you to think that way. Are they really motivations to drive you to run a business? Because running a business, right, is very different from saying, I want to run a business because I'm going to solve I'm going to solve the problem I'm facing with my family financially, or I'm going to solve a problem in my community by running this business. All those are great, but those are the motivations that you need to have to actually keep yourself going. But to start off, are you running a business because it sounds good, it sounds right, or you have no other choice? Or are you running a business because this is really for you? Because running a business is torture.
It's so true. Yeah.
And I say that so directly and so, and if you notice, I'm not upset or anything, but I say it with so much passion and so much intensity because it's a very dangerous thing to get into.
Dangerous.
If you want, I have this quote I read somewhere. There's this guy on Instagram. He posted something, and I read it.
Yeah.
It says something like, if you want really good returns in your investment,
Yeah.
Invest in the stock market.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's true. It's not my advice. It's just a very interesting comment. He says, and if you want moderate returns,
yeah.
Invest in bonds or something like government bonds or something.
Yeah.
If you want to go broke, start a business. And I was like, okay, that was really painful to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me, this is very interesting. Tell me, what is a startup?
So I like that question a lot, and I try to keep it as simple as possible. Startup is actually a business.
Yeah.
And that fundamentally uses technology or is developing a new piece of technology that is going to solve a problem, a business problem or a societal problem, and the business is designed and structured to scale. That's a startup. So the two elements are technology-centric, heavily technology-centric, and two, scale, massive growth. These are two key things. If these two things are not really in there in the fundamental setup, framing of your business, it's not a startup. It's a business, it's an SME, it's a small and medium enterprise. That's it. And one isn't better than the other because there's so many very successful $10, $20 million companies. Very successful, just as painful to run, by the way. But businesses are always painful to run.
So a startup, does that mean, my interpretation is like you help people to start their business? No?
Yeah, I think when they get into that journey, I'm there to come in and be with them at some points in their journey to help them keep progressing forward. That's really what I do a lot. Yeah, and along the way, when I do that, I'll start to find out whether these companies are really companies that are worth investing in. Companies worth, when I say investing in, not just money, but mostly it's actually time and the kind of effort you put in. Yeah. And those two, when effort, when time proves to be good, time, when you get a very good return on your time, and when you get a very good return on the effort you put in, then maybe it's time to think about the investment part, whether it's really going to give you the kind of return in terms of investment, right? So I always test it with time, effort, and then I'll worry about investments. But a lot of people like to jump straight to investments and say, hey, can you give me money for my idea? I'll be like, no, I can't. Right? And these are the realities of being in a business. I mean, nobody, like I said earlier, nobody dreams their way of being a neurosurgeon. Uncle, like, I have a dream of being a neurosurgeon. Why? Oh, I saw it on Grey's Anatomy or something like that, and I thought it was really cool, and everybody likes the neurosurgeon. Really? You really think people like neurosurgeons? How do you know that? Oh, I saw it on TV. Have you ever spoken to neurosurgeons? Do you know how difficult that job is? Do you know how much pressure they go through?
Yeah.
Do you know how crazy it is to get into a career?
Yeah.
You graduate as a doctor and then you go like, I am a doctor.
Yeah.
Good for you. Because I'm a neurosurgeon and I want to be a neurosurgeon and I'm not anywhere close,
Yeah.
Because after becoming a doctor, you're going to go and specialize, and then you're going to go study even more. It's a crazy thing to do, but I have a lot of respect for neurosurgeons. Why? Because it's tough. It's really tough. So the same thing. When you run a business, same set of challenges. If you're not really sure that that's what you want to do, it's like going to war. Really. If you're not sure you want to go to war, then don't start a fight with anyone.
Yeah, that's well put. So now, Christopher, we met on Clubhouse. And do you say on Clubhouse or in Clubhouse? I never really know.
I
On
think we
Clubhouse.
met around Clubhouse.
And
Really
you
really
entered.
talk
I
about
have a
it.
couple of clubs, right? And also in audience, Jacques Fin and also Louis, they're also in. We also met on Clubhouse. And remember, I think you came in when I had one of the club. It's called Talking Depression. So I sit there um, on some of the some Monday morning, sometimes not every morning, and then
Hmm.
just wait for people come in. It's called, the title of the room is called "How Are You?" Right? How do you feel now?
Hmm.
Or
Yes,
yeah.
honestly, not. Yeah,
So
yeah,
so
yeah.
so tell me a little bit. Like, you came into that room, right? We met.
Yeah, I think I saw the room and I was like, "Oh, this is interesting. Let's go take a look." So there may be two people, you and another person. Actually, it's three. It's three people talking. You talking to two other people. So I was just listening, and then mm, you asked me that question, and I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine." And then everyone read my bio, and they were like, "Wow, okay, that's an interesting bio." And they started asking me things about the bio, and then um, we started talking, and it turned out to be a very, very good uh, conversation because all of us were talking about different things we're working on. Like one person was talking about the film they're working on, right? And that's why
Mm.
both of you were actually having this very interesting question.
Oh,
You are,
she's a script writer, right? Is that in
oh yeah,
Netherlands?
she's a
Netherlands.
school writer.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't
Yeah.
she from
She's in Amsterdam.
Netherlands? She's from Amsterdam. Yes, she's
Yeah.
from Netherlands. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So she's from Amsterdam, uh, and the other person, I believe she was from Hong Kong, but she's in the United States, but she was from Hong Kong. But she left as well after because I was listening to her talk to you as well. Very interesting conversation. She was talking about perspectives about how, as Asians, we grew up a certain way, but here in the United States, our life is different. The challenges are different, and I like the way where both of you were talking about how you guys miss how Asia is and how Asia is very straightforward. Asia's Asia, in spite of some of these interesting challenges, Asia is this very like sense of there's a kind of open way of communicating which is very rare. You know, you don't see it in the United States. The United States, they add all these layers and layers of communication to your communication, to your conversation. And and I was like, wow, that's amazing, because I thought both of you would be sick and tired of that, and you guys don't like that. It says no, the kind of directness that we have amongst Asians is the kind of thing that we all appreciate. I said, yeah, I appreciate that as well. You know, and I try to explain that to a lot of my friends, and
Mm.
a lot of them don't get it. I also know Asians are actually quite direct. You're just not listening.
It's
People,
interesting. It's interesting. This is the first time I hear you saying that, because we tended to go into on Clubhouse, go into this large room, right, and then sit there and listen to different issues. Could be war, could be, current issue, could be filmmaking, and but sometimes you meet people in this very intimate small group, right? I
right,
think Shock Fin probably also met us in met me on the Talking Depression room, I think.
right. No, that makes
Yeah.
sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
So then
So
remember we met Pearl and stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, the conversation continued going on, and it was very good. And it became this kind of thing where, hey, this is really good. People are just talking without feeling any pressure. So I
Mhm.
came back next week, and I came back next week. So it's this whole enjoyable process of talking with people that you know, that you're starting to know, you're starting to get to know, which I thought
Yeah.
was really, which is
Yeah.
really, yeah.
Yeah. That was very
For
good.
some
Yeah.
reason, nobody in the room was depressed. It's like misleading room. It's like, talking depression.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What are you
It's
talking
like, I think the room title sometimes is very interesting, like how you title your room title, not the club title. Sometimes people will overlook the club title. Right? Club
Right.
means it's a permanent thing. Your
Right.
club could call cooking club.
Right.
Then each time you open a room, you name a room. It's called room title. So
Yes, exactly.
yeah. So our room title is how are you feeling now?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it is an interesting thing because people say how are you when they see people, right? It
Right.
really is a little superficial because all you get answer is I'm fine, and then you
Yes.
walk away. You
Yes.
you do not sit down or standing still really say how the fuck are you,
Mm. Yeah.
people don't answer that. They just like
Right.
I'm good, even they're not good. So in Clubhouse, if we say how you feeling now,
Right.
then we really can have a lengthy conversation, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway.
Actually, yeah. Normally, we all of us in the room have very lengthy conversations, which ends up to be very, very good.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about how did you get into film industry, your TV film or
Oh
whatever.
my
So
gosh, that
yeah,
is so. So remember, I was saying how we this dream thing is a problematic thing.
brain surgeon.
Yeah. So that's exactly what happened. You see, I dreamed and I ended up getting it,
Yeah, keep dreaming.
and
Yeah, so
it turned out to be a great experience. But it also was perhaps not the best timing because
oh,
it was also during the Asian crisis, the Asian economic crisis, and it
okay.
really took a toll on the company. So what happened was, um, um, clients. Well, I mean, we didn't lose clients, but we definitely didn't have the kind of business volume that we had previous
Mm,
year.
mm,
That took a toll. And after doing that for about 2 years, 3 years, we were like, oh my gosh, we can't do this anymore.
mm,
We need to, yeah,
mm.
we need to close doors. And after like 16 years, the company finally closed down. It's just crazy. 16, 17 years.
Are
It was
you
crazy.
talking about film right
The
now?
film,
Okay.
the film company. Yeah.
So what
When I
is
got
your
into it,
role? What is your
when I got into it, I got into it after doing engineering. I did engineering for a while. I sold the company. Remember, after making some money, realized I could do anything now. So
mm,
that's
yeah,
the reason why I went and
yeah.
did anything.
Ah, that's cool. So what kind of film or thing you make, like your company?
Well, I worked. Okay, so the company was in. So we were an animation company. So
Oh,
we did a lot.
animation. Okay.
Yeah, so we did animation and we developed. We specialized. We were very good in character design. So we developed characters for people. So we've done a lot of work for Sony Entertainment, Disney, Pixar, in a bunch of other names, and some of them are in Asia as well.
Mm,
And we've done a few. We've done special effects for some really big ads, but these are like 10, 15, 16 years ago.
mm,
Uh, and because we were very good, people were people knew us because of that. But that's one thing I like about being in that industry is that you're good at that. The people who really need you know you, and they come to you because they know you're really good, and they come to
mm,
you for that.
mm,
But most other people don't know about it. So we had our privacy. We were able to maintain it. People didn't really. It's not like when we walk, when we go into a film conference, like a film conference, film festival, and go like, hey, it's those guys. It's those guys. Right?
mm.
Weren't they the ones who did that or did this? We don't have that, which is kind of nice because until we start asking questions, talking to people, then they go like, aren't you the guy that did that or did this? Yeah. So all the while until that point, you
Mm,
don't get hoarded. You don't get people coming to you
mm,
and asking you stuff and things like that.
mm,
Just ridiculous. I remember there's one time we were at a film conference and we had won an award every year. Um, so I think the first year we won one award. The second year we won 2 awards. The third year we won 3 awards. The fourth the 4 year we had a clean sweep. We won all the awards, and
Wow.
it was very, very funny because the 5th year we
Yeah.
decided the
What?
5th year we decided not to send anything in because we already won all we wanted to win. We're not really interested in winning anything anymore. We've been there and done that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And we didn't send any of our stuff in. But what was very funny was that somebody recognized us from the year before, and he saw, "Aren't you those guys?" And he straight away came and started asking for autographs and stuff. I was like, "I'm not famous. Stop asking me for an autograph." And then they said, "Just sign anything."
Yeah.
So I just randomly signed stuff, and I says, "I like your shirt. You know, hey, where do you buy your shoes?" What do I know? I don't know anything about being famous. I don't know what people do. I've seen a lot of people sign stuff. You know, every time you see Robert Downey Jr. Like Robert Downey Jr. Can I have an autograph? And you see him signing stuff, right?
Yeah.
We don't know what he's really doing.
Well, they signed their name.
Really? Are you sure? Have you checked?
Or scribble.
Yeah, exactly. Scribble.
Hey, speaking of a movie, do you have like a link to your film? Like we can see.
No, I don't.
Trailer.
After the company closed down, we had our reel. We had our reel online. We had a couple of reels online, but a few more years after that, we took it all down because none of us are in the field anymore.
I see. I see.
Do we still explore film ideas? Do I still look at film proposals and stuff? I do. Yeah.
So, are you a producer, or are you a director, or are you a financer in the film industry?
No, when I left,
what do you? Huh?
No, when I left as a producer. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
When I left the industry, I was a producer.
Oh, okay. So.
Yeah. But now.
So why is
I just like technology.
So I have a question for you. So why people watching films and TV? Why people do that? Why is so important for some people like to watch film and movie?
I'll answer it this way. I think film is a very affordable, passive form of entertainment.
Passive. I like that.
You don't have to do too much to be able to watch a film these days. And it's something that you can experience, great, colors, excitement, music, of course, a fantastic story. I mean, it's all there.
You owe me. You haven't watched my film yet.
I have.
You did? Really? You really? You really did? No. You owe me. You owe me, Christopher. Okay. Yeah. I want you to watch my movie, and I think you'll like it.
But are we supposed to be watching it next this?
I'll watch with you, not over here. Like,
are we supposed to watch it together? Yeah, exactly.
Okay. If you want to watch, I could watch with you after this conversation.
Like a good idea. That sounds like a good idea.
Okay. Okay.
So I think people are able to experience all that very easily, right?
Yeah.
You either go to watch it in the cinema, but these days people don't need to go to watch the cinema. It's even easier. You can actually watch it at home.
If I play my film over here, like say through StreamYard, the quality is not very good because it's like. But when you see my film, a shark friend was there to see a big screen. Oh my God, the impact is so amazing. I mean, I say amazing really is amazing, not because it's my film. So anyway, all right. So you continue. You were saying watching movie is basically a passive way of entertaining yourself.
Yeah, it is. So because for the last, if you notice, for the last 40 years, actually, if you think about it, you notice the trend is that people finish work and they come really tired, exhausted. But at the same time, they also like to feel that they're able to engage in something relaxing. Some people like to say things like, well, after work, I hit the gym. And I'm like, really? Really? do you really hit the gym? Seriously, do you really have the energy to hit the gym? And most people lie, actually. If you think there's a lot of people in your gym when you're walking home from work and you pass by a gym, all the glass, and you see all these people on treadmills and carrying weights, you go like, wow, there's a lot of people in the gym. Guess what? Do you know how many more people are not at the gym? Trust me. There are a heck of a lot more people who are actually not at the gym, but they have a gym membership because they want to sound really cool and really, what's the word? Healthy, right? They want to sound healthy, so they say stuff like that. And it's just this very cool factor thing. But the truth is, people actually don't have that bandwidth to actually go and do something strenuous. So people would prefer to do something relaxing. Why is it places like Japan and Korea, they understand this really well. And that's why they all hang out after work, right? Because they try to chill, like ease the edge, right? Because it's been a tough day working together. Let's ease the edge, go get a couple of drinks and so on and so forth. Now, let's not get into the drinking culture because it's a completely different topic. And
what are you drinking? What are you drinking now?
Coffee, wine.
Show me your drink.
I am not going to show you my drink because
I drink this. What is it? Show us.
I don't have a drink. It's 10:36 in the morning. There's no
water.
There is no drink. Look, it's daytime. It's still
it's
bright
10
for
a.m.
anything.
I know you drink coffee, but you drink coffee in a whiskey cup, so it's very funny. But anyway, so yeah, and now we're talking about a movie, right? And
yeah. So people want something easy to experience. So that's why they watch movies. It's a very easy thing to sometimes it's a bit of what should I say? Sometimes it's a bit of a getting away thing. But I think mostly people like the fact that they're just able to sit and watch and be entertained without feeling very pressure, and it's not strenuous. So movies actually serve that role, and it's a very good role.
Yeah,
it plays in society.
I like to watch series, like drama series sometimes, and also I mostly watch documentaries. But lately, I told you, right? I watched The Lincoln Lawyer, and I just stumbled on it. Nobody told me.
Movie.
Huh? Was it
That's such a good movie.
Yeah. No, it's a series. It's like 1, 2, 3.
The series. Oh my gosh.
It's a series. So I started to watch on Netflix and I couldn't stop. I would just keep watching and keep watching. Sometimes it's very bad. I would think about it in the morning when I wake up. I'll think about it. And so I finally finished all like how many episodes, whatever, how many, like 10 episodes.
It's created by, so David E. Kelly was one of the guys.
Huh? Who?
David Kelly is one of the guys behind the TV series.
Yeah. He I think he's the director or producer.
I won't be surprised he directed a few of the episodes, though. He's a very good director. He's a very good writer, too.
Isn't he married to a famous actress? What's her name?
Michelle.
Is that Michelle? No.
Michelle Obama. No, I'm just kidding. No, not Michelle Obama.
David Kelly married to who? But anyway, so he married to the pretty woman.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Really?
Right? Yeah, from
not Michelle Pfeiffer. Oh, really? No, Pfeiffer. Pretty woman. The pretty woman. What's her name? Julia Roberts.
No, it's not Julia Roberts.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Julia Roberts is only married to herself.
Really?
No.
Okay, I don't think Michelle Pfeiffer. No, I don't think it. But I could be wrong. I don't read any of the magazine anymore. And I used to go to bookstore and pick up those trashy magazine, with all these trashy news and anyway. So, but you know what? Talking about movie is that.
I'm actually looking at the TV series right now.
I
didn't know about the TV series.
I think it's also a way of escape the reality, and you live in their life, and then you don't want to end. Like when I watch something really good, I want to keep watching it because I don't want to let go. I want to experience one thing after another, you know?
Yeah.
So it's very addictive.
Yeah. It is addictive. I
Yeah.
can agree that a TV series can be addictive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you seen any good ones in the last few years?
In the last few ones, I think the last one that everyone talked about, and I have to agree was really good, was um, Squid Games. Squid Games was good.
What's called?
Squid Games.
I don't know that.
It's
Maybe you
Korean.
can
It's a Korean. It's a
type for
Korean
me.
TV series.
Oh,
Squid Games. Yeah.
Squid Game.
It's actually really good.
Oh yeah, it's a Korean.
It's
Where do
Korean
you, where do you see that?
on Netflix.
Really? How
Yeah.
to spell the first word?
SQCC
You CC
and I'm just kidding. SQ SQ
squid. Oh, it's
SQUID.
like an animal
Hmm.
squid. Oh, okay, okay. 'Cause
Squid Games. Yeah.
okay,
It's a
okay.
good show. It's a good movie. It's a
Squid
good
Game.
movie. It
Oh,
genuinely is good.
oh,
Drama is good. Story is good. Fantastic story. And it really captures a kind of life that I grew up in once upon a time when I was very, very young.
oh. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
And
I'll check
yeah,
it out. You
yeah.
know what?
I think you can see the elements of pain and heartache and and how in spite of that pain, people
Mm.
still find ways to live.
Oh
It's
yeah.
it's a really, really it's a well put together show.
It's a long series, like many
Uh, no,
episodes.
not very long. Not very
Oh,
long.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, about yeah, not very long. Uh,
Oh, okay.
it's good.
Okay.
It's worth the watch.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really liked the Breaking Bad. That's
Breaking Bad is fantastic. Breaking Bad. I don't think anything comes close to Breaking Bad. Nothing yet. I haven't seen anything. I'm
such a great writing. Yeah, yeah. It's
it's like
it's pretty amazing, huh? How they develop the story, right?
yeah, exactly.
It,
I like the fact that it was this TV show that just it just surprised you suddenly like whoa,
yeah, yeah,
why is it so good, like
yeah, yeah,
how can it be this good? Can you know I've spoken to people from Albuquerque, Mexico,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they actually tell me yes, life is as boring as that. As how you see it
Yeah,
on Breaking Bad,
yeah,
that's how sadly
yeah,
sadly that's how
yeah,
boring it is. And I was like
yeah.
really, but why isn't that nobody leaves then? Why is
Uh-huh.
everybody living in Albuquerque, Mexico if it's that boring?
Yeah, yeah,
Then they tell me because actually it's not that boring. And I'm like, wait, that doesn't make sense. It's boring and it's not boring. It's just, yeah, it's a life we know, it's a life we understand, and
uh,
it's a life we live, right?
uh, uh,
And and we have an appreciation for it. We have an understanding for it, right? I was like, wow, that's actually very true. Because if you think about it,
yeah,
people who come from Asia
yeah,
may feel that their life is boring, but in
yeah,
actual truth, if you think about it,
yeah,
it's actually a fun life, right?
yeah,
Breaking Bad is crazy. The way they it all comes down to writing. It all comes down to writing. It is
yeah.
just so it's so very well crafted, right? When
I know. It is amazing. It is a little bit violent for me though, because all these curse words and bang, bang, bang. There's,
right,
but
right,
still, it's so captivating, right?
right, right,
Yeah,
right, right.
yeah,
You have to give a lot of credit. Vince Gilligan. Vince Gilligan did a
yeah,
really really good job
yeah,
putting that show
yeah,
together and getting really good writers to work along with him.
right,
Because that is very hard to do.
yeah.
Uh,
By the way,
do you
yeah,
remember
yeah.
Walking Dead?
Walking
Walking
Dead.
Dead was actually was created and basically put together by the people who actually did Shawshank Redemption, which is why season one of Walking Dead is like like everyone's like I was like, did you see Walking? Come on, don't tell me you don't see that reaction. The first time it came out, I will ask, "Say, did you see Walking Dead?" Yeah. And I'm like,
Hello.
"Are you okay?" Yeah, I am. Did I ask you something wrong?
Yeah.
No.
No.
What? Dude, what's wrong? I thought he was gonna, I thought he was, like, like, I, like, I thought he was gonna die, every 6 minutes. I'm like, that is why the show is really good.
Oh, by the way, do you know Amanda Marasco?
No, I don't.
Amanda, she
No.
is a script writer.
Right.
She comes in to help me to do our smartphone video production.
Oh, right.
Yeah, by the way, I host smartphone video production on Clubhouse every Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So Amanda also does a lot of a Clubhouse, a few. She's a writer. So why am I say that? I went to Monday night, 2 nights ago, went to her production, not her production. She wrote this play.
Yeah.
She's been writing that for 13 years. So that play was read by 15 actors on Monday night in the
Oh,
theater.
wow.
It
Oh, wow.
was unbelievable.
Did
I haven't seen
anyone,
such a great
did anyone get
play,
it on tape?
but it's not even a play. It's not even theater. It's like they're just reading it. Some of the actors they read with very lot of expression. They memorized it,
Wow.
So it was directed by Amanda's father. Her father's name is Bobby Marasco, who is a Academy Award. Like he won like script writing or something.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. You can
Wow.
yeah, you can Google him. Let me see, Bobby
All right.
Morasco. Okay, so why am I talking about that? I just think um, it's theater is some. Oh, Bobby Morasco is an American producer, screenwriter, director. His credit including the film Tenth and Wolf and Crash. Morasco's script for Crash won the Academy Award
Crash.
for. Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
that is a really good movie.
yeah,
Crash
yeah,
is a really good movie. Oh
yeah,
my gosh. He
yeah.
wrote that?
Yes,
Wow.
he got the best original screenplay.
Screenplay. Yeah, it won Best Original Screenplay.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god. What year was it?
What is it?
I'm trying to think. Oh my gosh.
He has a Wikipedia. No, I can look up.
2005. 2005.
Oh, okay.
2005.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So Bobby directed Monday nights. He directed the reading, okay?
Right.
And then there's like 15 characters or more.
That
So
is
the
amazing.
play the play is 1 hour 45 minute with no intermission. It was so intense.
Oh,
Make
wow.
sure you go before you go, you have to go to the bathroom, and it was so amazing. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, just for you to know.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
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 Directed Paul Haggis. So Paul Haggis is a really, really good director.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it Crash
Yeah.
is a story that's relevant even today.
Oh, yeah. I forgot what was Crash about.
I'm not going to tell you because after you watch it again, I'm going to ask you how is Crash.
Is Crash has to do with like a war? Is it a war movie?
No, there's actually about 4 or 5 different stories that are coming together. They are colliding, overlapping, and then going
Okay.
their separate ways. But for some reason, they're all connected and intertwined. Yeah, they're intertwined. They're all. I don't want to say they're centered on one thing, but I can say that they're definitely that the characters that are involved on one particular incident are involved in another incident and another incident, and it's just amazing, right?
Okay.
People who are good turn out to people who are good turn out to make some of the weirdest decisions in that movie.
Oh,
You're going like, why would they do that? You know,
yeah.
and and you find yourself feeling like you want to go and have a chat with them and say, no, no, don't do that, bad idea. You know, so this movie actually is able to suck you in and
Oh, wow.
make you feel like these are decisions that you are making. Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, you can relate. You can relate with many of the stories in there, right?
Yeah.
I can easily tell you at least three of the stories, but
Okay.
I know because I'd rather
Okay.
you watch it again, because you watch it
Yeah.
again, your brain is just gonna go, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
When I ask
Okay.
you, what do you think of Crash? You go like, I was like, was it
Yeah.
good? That good, huh?
They have like really good cast, like big cast.
It's well, the cast. They had good cast as well. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I have
Very.
to say it's mostly it's just really good writing.
Uh-huh.
Really, really good writing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, the cast is, Matt Dillon, Sandra Bullock,
Yeah. Sandra Bullock,
Don
right?
Cheadle,
Brendan
uh,
Fraser,
yeah,
Don Cheadle.
Terrence Howard.
Yeah,
Uh,
Don Cheadle.
wow. Oh,
Uh,
there's a
yeah, the whole bunch
that's
of
an Asian
the
woman, Trendy. How do you say that? Thandiwe.
Candy Newton.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Ryan
yeah,
Phillip.
she's Asian. Yeah,
Yeah. But anyway, wow, I did not know that. That's
no,
great.
she's
That's
not
you
Asian.
you see,
No, she's
in
not Asian.
on Clubhouse, you never know who you meet, right? You never know. And Amanda
Yeah,
definitely is very talented on her own
yeah,
rights.
yeah.
So yeah, watch out her play. I would love to see that showing on Broadway in
Oh
big
my
or all
gosh,
small. Yeah, yeah.
that is amazing.
Yeah. So
That is
we
amazing.
are almost at our let's see, anything else? Oh, I just want to mention that I wanted to show my condolence to people who died yesterday in this horrific shooting in Texas.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
So we hold our light for these people lost, for parents lost children, and just I cannot imagine how and what they're going through right now. So it's
Yeah.
really terrible. Now, let's see, anything else we want to chat about? So what is Leonie Hill Capital? Tell us a little bit about that, and you're the partner of them, and
Yeah.
what?
So
Yeah.
linear capital is basically we're a late stage fund. So we basically like to invest in companies that are a little bit later down the stage. So when
Mhm.
they're a little bit more established, they're a little bit more solid, we'll come in, we'll try and invest in. But I'm also leading a new fund, and the new fund is looking at investing in very new companies with new ideas. Ideas are new, business model is new. We're willing to take a look at it and see where we can go with it. So that's essentially what Leonie Hill Capital is about.
So
So very,
your clients, they are companies or they're private individuals?
we don't have clients.
Oh, no.
We invest in companies. That's what we do.
Oh, okay, okay. You
We either
invest.
mentor people or we invest in them.
Oh, okay. So if I
Yeah,
make a movie, I can say, Christopher, can you invest into my movie?
yeah, you can absolutely say that.
And then you can absolutely say, no way, Jose.
Yeah, I mean, it's a free country.
Huh?
I don't always see the relevance of a free country in this, but everyone likes to say that a lot. Like, oh, that's a free country. I mean, I can do whatever I want. I can say
Yeah,
whatever I want. I'm like,
yeah.
sure,
So,
sure, of course, of
yeah.
course.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to ask you, in my limited knowledge, when I think about people from Singapore, I did not know, is everybody speaks good English as you are, or you are just very
Uh,
special? Your
Yes,
English is so
yes,
good.
I am special. Most people, most people don't have a good command of English anywhere in the world, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would think that Singaporeans uh, have a better command of English, right?
So
Yeah,
what else do you speak? Do you speak a native of a Singapore language, which is what they call?
I speak English. I
It
speak
really
English. I
English
speak.
is
I
your
speak.
language?
I speak. Yeah, yes, it
Do
is.
you have
Yes,
like a Singapore, language? No,
it
no.
is. I speak English.
Oh,
That's me.
really?
Yeah, I
Okay.
speak English.
Okay, my bad.
There's no.
My bad.
I mean,
I was
there
like
is a
I
Singaporean way.
speak I speak Mandarin, that's Chinese, and then I also speak Shanghai dialect. And do you
Right. I
guys
mean,
have any
there are
dialect?
other dialects in Singapore, of course,
Oh,
right? Because the people
oh,
speak Malay, people speak.
oh.
There are a couple of Indian languages in Singapore as well. But for among the Chinese community, there are a couple of dialects, right? I think there's
Uh,
what they call as Hokkien. There's Cantonese.
yeah.
there's excuse me.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
20 that's
But
200.
people don't really speak that very often unless they're at home,
Yeah.
and many of them speak it interchangeably and they mix it up with the English. The majority of
So,
people speak English
yeah.
like
So tell me,
70% of the time.
tell me how to say I want a bowl of noodle soup in your dialect.
Okay, well, chicken yan.
It
What do
sounds
you want
like
me
a
to?
Mandarin. Sounds
Yeah,
like
but
a
it is
man.
man. I just speak. Give me a bowl of soup. Or sorry, give me a
Yeah.
bowl of noodles. Or give me noodles. I mean,
Oh, so you know how to speak Mandarin?
no, I don't.
Oh, okay. But what you just said, it sounds like Mandarin. You're just fooling me.
I was just faking it.
Okay, faking it. All right.
Mm,
So, um, thank you so much. Thank all these people watching us right now. I know it's kind of late. And how
fine.
about we do rapid fire? Before we do rapid fire, how about Christopher last word?
Last words. I think my last words is good for like right at the end though.
Oh, okay. You do yeah, after we do rapid fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, I'll do a little spiel. And so I've been doing this interview, a live conversation for 2 years and 2 months now, and I have talked to
Mm,
close to 180 episodes. That's probably more than 200 people because some episodes are more than one person. So it's been really wonderful to chat with my friends and experts in many different directions. And so I'm doing this once a week and sometimes twice a week. And so, yeah, so keep watching us. And thank you so much. And please remember, subscribe Juhl Media YouTube channel. Christopher, don't forget to subscribe.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and what else?
I
I
won't.
do Clubhouse. I already said that. And actually, tomorrow morning, I'm going to do a Clubhouse, but mostly in Chinese. I'm going to interview people who are in Shanghai, still in lockdown, COVID lockdown. They've
Oh
been
wow.
locked down for 2 months. What do
That's
you What do you think?
that's serious. That's really serious.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
really it's getting frustrating. It's getting extremely painful. I think a lot
Yeah.
of people are going through a tough time.
Yeah.
But you know, I know the people of Shanghai are a very community is a very important thing there. So I know
Mhm.
they'll figure out ways to help each other out.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but I know
Yeah.
it's a very difficult time for them.
Yeah, difficult in many different levels, economically, right? And then also supply food, and people feel they're being locked down so long. I think mentally it
Yeah.
has a lot of issues. Mental health really is in a very tight,
Mm.
problem. And I've interviewed about close to 25 people in the last 5 weeks. So tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. in New York time, in Eastern time, I'm gonna do a clubhouse and interview maybe 2 people in Shanghai. Yeah, but
Okay.
mostly in Shanghai dialect. I mean, in Mandarin. So,
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, if you guys are Chinese speaking people, you can watch us. All right,
Right.
rapid fire.
Right.
I have equipment here. look, look, look up.
Oh,
Anyway, just
second
kidding.
game.
We were just measuring in a distance between the micro between the
Okay.
camera
I don't do my
and
mic
my
test.
guest. All right, so uh, what's your favorite color?
Fuchsia, pink, blue, taupe, black, maroon. Maroon.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm not kidding. I can repeat it all again.
What's fuchsia?
It's uh, it's a shade of purple,
Oh,
but
okay,
it's much cooler.
okay. It's a cool name.
Yeah, I know.
A cool name.
Yeah.
All right. What is your favorite smell?
I think I like citrusy smells, but vanilla is a
Mm, great.
fantastic scent. Yeah,
Yeah.
saffron
So
is another one that's really good. But
now we're at three.
yeah, yeah,
So do you have all favorite film movie you
yeah,
like?
yeah. Shawshank Redemption, Star Wars, Dances with Wolves, uh, and Blade Runner. Yeah, I got a few more, but that's something that'll always come out very quickly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
What kind of sound turns you off?
Did you say sound?
Sound, sound.
That turns me off.
Mhm.
I think jarring sounds of an engine,
Oh,
of a car or a vehicle.
oh.
Just a lot. Yeah,
When I was a child, I always remember listening to my father. He has a motorcycle, but it's very loud. When you start motorcycle, he had to press on the thing, his feet, and then you can hear very loud.
right. Yeah,
So,
that is one, and I think the other one is when people are in settings that are pleasant, and then out of the blue, someone think it's fun to do a prank, and they
uh-huh.
start yelling and screaming. And then when you go out, what's wrong? And they're like, nah, I was just kidding. Yeah, those are things that I don't appreciate because we're in a very quiet, peaceful environment, and some real random crazy person goes like, you know, like, you think that's funny? Everyone here is trying to enjoy their time. Don't do stuff like that. Those are the things that turn me off. Because
Uh-huh.
people are being a little disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. What is your favorite social media platform?
I would say Twitter. If
Yeah.
you would, I wouldn't say it's a favorite though, but
Yeah.
I,
Okay.
I I like Twitter more than the other platforms. I like Facebook a little bit, but
Yeah.
Twitter, yeah.
How'd you how'd you possibly get so many Twitter followers?
A long time ago, I was very active, and then I stopped being
Oh,
active, and then those followers are still
yeah.
there.
Oh,
But
they didn't
according to
they
Elon Musk,
didn't
they're all bots.
they are?
I don't know. That's what he says. I mean, he didn't
Oh.
really say that, but I think that's what he's suggesting.
You know, let's see. You have wait, I'm trying to see. You have 16.8K followers. That's a lot.
Are you sure? Why don't you refresh the page again? You'll see like 6 or 7 thousand people leave.
You follow 926 people, but you have 16.8K followers.
Okay, I
Is
really
that
appreciate you
is that
reminding
you?
me. Oh my gosh, that's my profile. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
actually my profile. I haven't seen that in a few years. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, you don't say much these days, right?
I just
Oh, okay.
tweeted something about business 2 days
Oh,
ago
okay.
about setting up a business. I sent out a
What
tweet.
what is what is this?
Oh yeah. You read the joke. Read the joke. I think it's a great joke. It's a
Oh
great.
yeah.
Yeah. Read it. Just try and read it.
What is the joke? As a non-native English speaker, allow me to show you how challenging it is for kids to grasp math when it is tough in English. 33
Um,
equals 33, 22 equals 22. What's so funny about it? 14 equals 14, 13 equals 13, 12 is not 12, 12 teen, 11 is not one teen or one T one one T1.
yeah. One of my best works, by the way.
So you wrote that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, and then you have like a uh Instagram. All you do is like putting like a ocean in the background, and then you just write these words, right? Yeah,
Actually,
is that you?
that's actually an artist that I communicate with.
Oh, really? So it's not
Yeah.
you. I thought
Yeah.
it's you.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I don't like.
I've
Now
been
I don't
supporting
like you
that.
anymore.
I've been supporting that because it's actually very, very good.
Yeah, it's very good, but it's kind of like a preaching a little bit, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Maybe
a
it
little bit.
is. Maybe it is.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't
yeah.
know.
All right, let's go on. What do you see
You're
yourself in
right.
5
You're
years?
right. It is a bit preaching. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you see yourself in 5 years?
Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
What do you see yourself in 5 years?
Uh, very likely.
It's a very
Very likely.
serious question.
Yeah. Very likely working on my next business idea.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh,
very likely.
Support me in a film project.
I need to see a business case.
Yeah. So anyway, just kidding.
Next question.
What do you do when do you ever like date someone? Like, what do you do at the first date?
The first date?
Mm.
My first dates are just a long walk, and then I send them home, and I'm done.
It's so cheap.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Yep.
Uh,
I am
okay.
absolutely not the person that people should ask out on a date
No,
because I just don't.
what? You're boring.
I just don't care. I really don't care. I have like a low threshold for stupidity.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, Luis asked you, Gomez is a Spanish name, right? It's a Spanish name. Oh no, it's
I
not a
don't
question.
know, but you can make it be anyone,
It's a
anything
comment.
you like.
It's a comment. Yeah.
It's the internet. It's the internet. It can be
Yeah.
anything.
So have you been many cities, many different countries? And if you have a choice,
A few.
if you have a choice, right, for
Yeah.
vacation only,
Yeah.
which country or city you would like to visit first?
Japan, Tokyo, Japan. First city,
Okay.
Tokyo.
Why? Clean.
Tokyo is just there's this. Tokyo is a place where you can really spend a lot of time outside and not have to do anything.
I see.
You can just walk around because I enjoy walking. I like slow walks. I just want to enjoy. And I'm a city person. I love cities. I really love cities. So I like spending time in cities, walking around slowly, looking at things, observing what people are experiencing. Because when you watch people in local cities, then you know what they're doing, and you go like, "Oh, so that must be a local thing. I gotta try that out, or I gotta, look at that." So yeah, Tokyo is a place that really allows you to be out the whole day, from day till night.
Wow, that's good to know.
It's a good place, and you can do it over and over again, and it's always fresh. That's one interesting thing about Tokyo that's quite different from a lot of other cities. But don't get me wrong, a lot of cities around the world have also watched how Tokyo grew, right?
Mm.
So people are copying what Tokyo does as well. So it's the same thing. Everyone's copying each other.
Have you been Shanghai?
Shanghai is sometimes like Tokyo as well. At some places, some parts of
Mm.
Shanghai,
Mm.
very
Right.
busy, bustling, lots of
Yeah.
lights. Everything is happening. As soon as you open the door and you step out in the street, and you got like, boom, this ad, boom, that ad, boom, someone hands you a flyer, boom, someone pulls you to the corner and say, hey, by the way, I got a business. No, it's okay, no,
Show your bag.
I'm
Make
okay. I'm fine.
Yeah, they want you to buy a watch or their bags,
Yeah,
fake
yeah.
brand bag. But anyway, yeah.
So
So
Tokyo will be the
Sharpin,
first. Tokyo will be the first. Yeah. Oh yeah, Sharpin's asking a question too.
Sharpin said that's why English can be hard to learn. It's not just the slang, but all the what exceptions. Example: sink, sank, sunk, but not think, thank, thunk.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah, very good. So, what else? What else I want to ask you? What's your favorite vegetable?
Broccoli.
I love broccoli too.
Oh, broccoli, cabbage. I like those two a lot.
Yeah,
Broccoli,
yeah,
cabbage, and I
yeah,
love all the leafy greens, which you don't
yeah,
commonly get. Which you don't
yeah,
commonly get in the United States, right?
yeah,
You have to go
yeah,
and buy it in the Asian supermarket.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, I love a lot. I love vegetables.
yeah. So, what is a Singapore food? Because I don't really get to look at the restaurant. Oh, that's a Singapore restaurant. So, what is the closest of cuisine Singapore food can compare with?
Much of the food is actually a blend, right, of of different parts of Asia. So you've got things like chicken rice, which people
Mm,
tend to say is Chinese, but
mm,
it's not really. It's more from the Nanyang, the Tongnanya, this region. It's from this
mm,
region. It's not
mm,
really Chinese per se.
mm,
There's char siu and rice, for example. Uh, uh, that's also a very food from this region. Then there's
mm,
laksa, which everybody talks about laksa. The
mm,
Singaporeans say, we've got some really good laksa, and in Singapore they call it Katong Laksa. Katong is a place in Singapore which
mm,
is well known for their laksa, which is a soup noodle sort of a dish, which
mm,
is really rich and flavorful. It's amazing. But then people in Malaysia, which is up north of us, will say, no, we have the best laksa. And then
mm,
they have like Sarawak laksa, Penang laksa,
mm,
Johor laksa. There's so many types of laksa. It's just, so Singapore, you guys are nothing, you can't compare to us. And probably it's true.
mm,
But that's the thing about this particular region. Everybody talks about their food so much.
mm.
So these are Singaporean foods. There's another one that a lot of people say in Singapore, roti prata, but that's just a thin bread that
Mm,
you tear, or you cut, depending if you use a knife.
mm,
You cut it into smaller pieces, and then you dip it into some curry or some sauce, and then you just eat it. So that's typically Indian here. But once again, it's not an Indian creation. It's an Indian creation, but it's not from India.
mm.
Just like Chinese chicken rice, it's not really from China. You know.
Right.
So these are all very Singaporean, Malaysian food,
Yeah.
basically food from this region. Yeah,
Right. Right.
yeah, fantastic. They're really fantastic food. Yeah.
So,
When go for that, we're going to go for
yeah, you're the money guy, and what is the what do you see next year? The whole economy, the world or United States or where you are, because I see the inflation is really bad right now, and everything's so much more expensive, like especially like food, to me, other things I don't know. Like, what do you predict in terms of you know money and people's investment and stuff like that? That's not really a rapid fire question.
Yeah.
It's very
Inflation,
long.
inflation between the 7.5, 9.5 range. So right now it's not a 9.5 yet, right? But it's between 7.5 and 9.5. It'll be around the point. The reason why I'm giving a slightly broad, it's a pretty broad range actually, if you think about it, because I believe that there will be more interest rates adjustments. There'll be QE, quantitative easing. that will be done by the respective authorities in the United States. And when the United States authorities do those things, they take those necessary measures, it will have a wide impact, a wide market impact across the U.S. markets, and that immediately will start spilling over into Europe and Asia. So we will be in this range, and we will be in the high inflation range for the next maybe two years or so. I can't say beyond 18 months, right? Beyond a year and a half, it's a bit hard to say. We have a war that's going on. The war situation is always the war is almost like watching Walking Dead. It's like, what? Why didn't they just bomb that yesterday? Why are they bombing it again? People are saying things like that because now people feel so invested in the war, right? So everyone has a comment about the Ukraine and Russia situation, but the only people who really know what's going on is actually people on the ground in the Ukraine-Russia situation, right? So that war, I think it's going to be around for at least till the end of the year. So that's going to have an impact. It's going to impact our food supplies. That's for sure. So food supplies,
gasoline.
So food that is already that's already given. That has been jumping. That's been just escalating since the war was even hinted. They even hinted the war was going to start, right? But food prices, we're talking about 20 to 30% jumps all over the world.
Wow.
So we're going to have severe impact.
Yeah.
So we're going to have less disposable income because, everything is going to take a knock.
Yeah.
In terms of pricing. And economy won't bounce back really fast. And be prepared for more open and closed situations where they'll open the borders, they'll close the borders. Oh, mask up, mask down. Because you know why? We're still in a very uncertain period.
Yeah.
This is the period where I would say the virus is, the SARS-CoV-2 virus is, how should I say, rethinking its strategy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Shakman says about the thing about the SPAC thing. Yeah. We should go.
Thank you, Shakman.
Yeah.
Shakman is a finance person.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we should start a SPAC. Yeah. And then be completely and look like fools at the end of it, right? Shark. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. Okay, so last question. Tea or coffee?
Tea or coffee? Both.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, both. Absolutely both.
Well, okay. So I think we had a good talk. Do you have one question for me?
I think one question I want to, and I think this one you may need to spend a bit of time helping me understanding this now. When you decided that, when you had all this footage, right? Hours and hours of footage that you've collected over a period of time with regards to the young Gang Dari.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Is this Siri?
Yeah, Siri decided to. What? Did you know that? Did you know the kind of film that you're going to make already?
No.
Okay, no, right?
No.
When did you know it? So this is what I want to understand.
Okay, when did I know it? It's a long process. When I follow the movement, I was interested in just making a video everywhere I go. Every event, I make a video. So one video about one fundraising, another video about phone call. People make phone calls, So one after another. So I made lots of videos for each event. So eventually, when Andrew Yang suspended his campaign early, right? Because I was going to go further. Iowa, I went 2 weeks, and New Hampshire, I went 3 weeks. I was gonna go to Nevada, gonna to now South Carolina, North Carolina, whatever the hell is that. So, and all of a sudden stopped, and then a month later is the COVID lockdown. So that if there's no COVID lockdown, I probably would not have time or patience to view these footage because I already made all the videos. It's all on my YouTube. So once COVID lockdown started, I started to think like for a while. I didn't do anything. After I think, and then I start to watch. After watch, I labeled everything. I put everything on index cards according to location and time. Then I come up with the idea I should name this film called My Yangon Diary because it's so dates driven. I went so many places. So this whole process came very slowly. It was not like a decision. I had no idea. I did not know I was making a film, actually. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. But I'm also interested to know how long after did you then finally realize, oh, I actually have a film here, and I'm gonna make a film.
Actually, as soon as NGN quit, I drove back, the next day, February 12th. He quit on February 11th, 2020. February 12th, when I was driving back, I can see myself because I filmed myself in the car. And I actually said that to myself. I did not put in the film. I said, I think I probably am going to make a longer film because I have all these footage. So it is in my head, kind of I want to do that. But during the entire filming, follow the movement, I did not really think I was making a feature documentary.
Mm.
I was just making video. So in a way, it's organically happened because I treat each event like a short film.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Make
that makes
sense?
a lot of sense. No, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Thank you for asking.
Yeah,
So
no, because I had to ask something really good before I ended with my fantastic.
thank you so much. So let's watch it sometime. Maybe not
Yeah,
tonight.
we should.
Yeah.
We should.
Yeah. We'll watch
We
it
should.
together. Okay. Yeah.
We should. We
Yeah.
should.
I
Yeah.
make you watch. So I think you'll like it. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So Christopher, so great to talk to you. And so great our friends watching us. And some
Yes.
friends didn't say anything, but that's fine because some people don't have like a software, hardware, or whatever to
Mm.
make comments. So well, we have
Right.
some
Right.
people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I'll see you in Clubhouse.
Yes. See you, brother.
Yes, now I saw you in person. So wonderful. Yeah,
Right. Right.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
yeah. So there's this famous line. There's a famous line. It's a line
Oh, you're supposed
I
to
like to
close
say.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to say. And I think this goes well with Clubhouse as well. Although Clubhouse is probably going to be dead in the next year or so. So,
Oh no!
and I just said that
Don't
on
say
video.
that.
So everyone is going to go like, oh, really? Oh my god!
Don't
And
say
then when it's
that.
all around, people go like, haha,
No.
Christopher was wrong. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
So you can prove me wrong.
Yeah.
So there's this line I used to say before, and I was reminded of this line yesterday when I had a conversation with somebody, and it says, I believe there's another world waiting for us, a better
Mm.
world,
Mm.
and I'll be waiting for you there.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah. Better than Clubhouse.
Yeah, it's actually from Cloud Atlas, actually.
Paradise.
Yeah, it's from
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really good piece of literature. I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks so much, Christopher.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Go
Absolutely.
back to your whiskey. I'm not just kidding. I'm just kidding. Go back to your coffee. Yeah. Well, yeah, thanks so much. I'll see you some other time, and let's make arrangement, to watch the film, probably at nighttime, your time.
Okay, that sounds like a
Yeah.
good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds
All
like a good
right.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm
So
gonna say goodbye
we'll
first.
schedule the movie after this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm gonna end our